Zhefei's savior. Hearing these words, the old Master Wade suddenly asked in surprise, "Is that the mysterious person I mentioned at the beginning?" "Yes." Andrew nodded. There was a rumor back then that Ziyu and her brother were saved by a mysterious man when they were in Japan. Elder Wade asked again. The mysterious man saved their siblings in Japan, and Ziyu and the Su family are looking for clues to him in China. "Is this mysterious man a native of China?" Andrew said. "It looks like this. Otherwise, there is no need for the Su family to find a mysterious person in China who has appeared in Japan." "Isn't that a boat for a sword?" Elder Wade suddenly became excited. He said excitedly, "No matter who the mysterious person is, at least one thing is certain. The strength of that mysterious person is absolutely so powerful that we can't understand it, or even incredible." "Yes." Andrew also sighed. "He can kill multiple Iga ninjas and rescue Ziyu and Zhefei with his own power. This person's strength is absolutely against the sky." Elder Wade blurted out, "If such a talent can be used by the Wade family, what fear will the Wade family have in the future?" After that, he immediately said to Andrew, "Andrew, you quickly closely monitor the progress of the Su family, and do everything possible to find this mysterious person before the Su family. If you can't get ahead, then at least you have to do your best to draw that mysterious person to our Wade family." Andrew nodded. "I know, Dad." At this time, Cynthia, who had been silent in the video, had a very strange expression. She suddenly remembered what Charlie had said to her before. Could it be that the mysterious person the Su family was looking for was him? Thinking of this, she felt a chill in her back. If Charlie is really that mysterious person, then she can't let him return to Wade's house. Originally from the Wade family's blood, and there was a marriage contract with Gu's family, these two trump cards were enough for Charlie to exchange for a very high status in the Wade family. If he had the identity of this mysterious master again, he would be invincible. At that time, she would be driven out of the Wade family. Just when Cynthia was thinking about it, Zhongchen gave Andrew instructions, and when he looked at the phone, he found that Cynthia had a strange expression, and asked in surprise, "Cynthia, what's wrong with you?" Cynthia hurriedly said, "Ah, Dad, I'm fine. I was thinking about something just now." Zhongchen nodded and sighed. "After you come back, you can rest early and stay in Orus Hill for a few days. When you come back, Dad will pick you," Cynthia hurriedly said. "Thank you, Dad." I see. After hanging up the video, Cynthia couldn't help being afraid for a while. At this moment, she really regretted it. "I shouldn't have come to Orus Hill to take a trip to this muddy water. Before I came, I never thought that Charlie would be such a hard bone to chew, and I didn't expect that my nephew seemed to be a highly hidden top master. If I had known this before, if I killed myself, I would never come." Before Cynthia came, she didn't regard Charlie as an enemy. She just felt that he was just an heir left behind by the Wade family. Letting him go home would be a gift to him. Moreover, after such people go back, they can only serve as the flag of the family, and they cannot pose any threat to people in the family. But after coming to Orus Hill, she really realized that the bones of her nephew, who hadn't seen each other in more than 10 years, were as hard as her second brother. At this time, Cynthia slandered in her heart, "If Charlie is just like the second brother, it's okay to say." What's more terrifying is that the second brother was a scholar who had hard bones, but his fists were not hard. And what about Charlie? Not only the bones are harder, but the fists are harder. It seems that in the future, I will stay away from him as much as possible. Try not to let him have the opportunity to return to the Wade family, at this moment. Eastcliff Sus family. Ziyu sat in front of the computer in the study, looking at the information gathered from all over the country. Since returning from Japan, whether Ziyu opened her eyes or closed her eyes, Charlie was all in her mind. She has trouble sleeping and eating all day because of Charlie. However, she didn't tell anyone else what she was thinking, even her brother or her mother. What she originally wanted was to use her energy to find the mysterious person who saved her, and then thank him in person. However, she tried for several days without finding any valuable clues. Immediately afterward, in order to quickly replenish the missing strength of the Su family, Grandpa Chungfang decided to search for a new group of masters at all costs. Ziyu immediately recommended the mysterious person to her grandfather. In her words at the time, if the Su family could find this mysterious person would definitely be able to use one man against 100 enemies, which would increase the Su family's strike power geometrically. Chengfeng was naturally overjoyed and immediately instructed Ziyu to find the mysterious man at all costs. However, there is no way to find out the information of that mysterious person. The Su family's informants have inquired from various sources in China and Japan, and no one has ever heard of such a powerful expert. There is a huge roster among the martial arts masters. Basically, there are top masters who have learned from, have a background, and are well known. However, Charlie is not a person in martial arts, so he is not known to them at all. In this way, it will be more difficult for the martial artist to figure out his relevant information. What's more, there are almost none in the martial arts masters at this stage that fit the kind of strength Ziyu described. Domestic martial arts masters are not weaker than Japanese ninjas, and some people are even stronger than ninjas, but there is really no one who can face just a few ninjas and can completely wipe out the enemy himself unharmed. Ziyu's bitter search has no results, so she wants to find all the entry and exit records of the most recent period from the Japanese customs, and then make a selection based on nationality and approximate age group. However, since the Su family committed the killing of the door in Japan, the Japanese Homeland Security Department has imposed a lot of stricter customs control over it. In the past, the Su family could easily obtain the entry and exit records of the whole of Japan, but now, they can't get the least information even after racking their brains. Ziyu also wondered whether the mysterious master was of Chinese descent who settled in Japan. In that case, he might not be found in the immigration information. However, Ziyu was unwilling to stand still, so she decided to start with better operated domestic ones. While searching for clues about mysterious people in China, she is also doing everything possible to break through the layers of supervision in Japan, and strive to obtain Japan's entry and exit records and even immigration records as soon as possible. However, Japan's data blockade is a bit strict, and it will be difficult to break through for a while. When she was at a loss, a female friend who had a close relationship in Japan called her and said to her, "Ziyu, I can't get the entry and exit information and immigration records from Japan for the time being, but I found you a curvilinear way. Whether this method is feasible depends on whether you have patience." Ziyu blurted out, "You can tell me what the answer is, I have patience. Even if it is a needle in a haystack, I will find him." The other party smiled and said, "That's right. Although Japan's Homeland Security Department has blocked customs records, it has not blocked the video surveillance of the airport. In addition to uploading it to the customs, I have also kept a copy of all the video surveillance of the airport. There is a way to get you a copy. If you have the patience to look for it bit by bit from countless surveillance videos in several airports, you may be able to find the clues of your lifesaver."